Alright, this is just a quick follow-up on the router build, and my Masso controller arrived from Australia. That came in about a week. I was pretty amazed. And then I needed a VGA monitor, and I looked around for used ones and this and that, and I came across a brand new old stock one on eBay for, I think it was $38 delivered. It was built in 10/17/06. They don't make these anymore, it seems like. So, I got that in a couple days also, so I'm all ready to go now. I went with this Masso controller. I really wanted to support and stuff. I was going to go with one of the Chinese offline controllers, but there's just no support on them or no documentation that's any good, and I decided to go this way. And there I got a pendant for it also, and you can see I'm trying to get all my old drives up and running now. I just started hooking everything up and getting things moving a little bit with it. It also has a wireless USB port for a keyboard and mouse on it. And then I got lucky on Amazon and I snagged my rotary axis for this for out front here. It was listed in the Amazon warehouse as being used and returned, and I got a really good deal on it, so I picked it up, and it turns out it's brand new. The box wasn't even open, so somehow they must have just shipped it to the wrong place or something. And then I've got my old control box from the old system, now just a DC distribution panel. The power supplies are on the back, and I got some fuses and stuff. I've got to make nameplates and labels for the things and start wiring things in, but I'm trying to fuse everything this time because I've got some more sensitive equipment on here. So I'm putting that box to use for now. And I just have to get another one for the other side. Yeah, this Masso controller is pretty amazing. You just plug in the monitor and add power to it, load the software that they email you, and you're up and running. And you can see how it boots up in probably about 10 seconds after you apply power to it. So, you're up and running quick. It's got a nice screen to it. That 15-inch monitor I bought is really nice size for it, and that'll be mounted up on a stand. And good documentation with it, easy to wire things in, and EMO has to be reset when you power on, and there's also a login screen that you can actually remove that if you want. But finding that I am so glad that I broke the budget and went with this one instead of one of the cheaper Chinese ones, because it's just so easy to use, and there's so much support out there, and they have great forums and great videos on setting it up. So here you can see I'm just starting to get things moving. Actually, I've got that assigned as the wrong axis, but you've got your jog screen in there. You've got several different screens, and I got the stepper motor on the Z drive there that's running great. And those are my old drives from the old system, so everything's reusable with this. And the documentation is real great for hooking things up too. And then you can see this is a window where you load your G-code. Now this also has a wireless connection for loading G-code. I haven't tried that yet, but that will be in the future. And these are just some of the old files that I had found in the recycle bin on that old system that I'm getting rid of, that ran the Mach 3 on the last one. I used to just toss out my files when I was done with them, but I found them all, and I figured I'd throw them on a little disc and try to reuse them maybe someday now. But they're really no good for this machine because all the speeds and feeds and everything are wrong. But you can see it's got the nice screen there that shows the table, and it opens up whatever you're running there, so you have a good display, and it actually shows the movement of the machine on there at the same time. So I'm really happy that I went this way right now. It looks like it's just going to be so super easy to set up. I'm not going to go into setting it up or anything like that because there's a lot of good videos out there. There's a site by the name of CNC Nuts that really has some of the best videos of how to get this thing up and running. So I just clicked on that and clicked run, and I didn't home it or anything. I had 2-foot diameter, so that was a mistake. But I just hit the EMO after it hit the monitor there, and just reloaded a little older file that was like a cam from my old router hold down system. And you can see it follows it on the screen, and everything's running really good to G code. And it was really easy to get the movement set up and the steps set up. There's a wizard for setting everything up and calibrating it, so that went really easy. And you can see the stepper motors are, that stepper works pretty good. I wanted to replace it with a closed loop one, but for right now I'm just going to leave it as is because that's what I had. And I still don't have the other axis moving yet. I still have to make some more parts and figure out whether I'm going to do it with one motor or I'm going to do it with two slave motors. So, but you can pretty much see, for now I've got things moving accurately, so that's a really good feeling. And I must say it didn't take that long with the documentation that Masso has for setting things up. And its monitor and keyboard will actually be mounted off the table once this is done. But just for now, trying to see what I've got to do to set it up, and I'm just trying to figure out the size of the box that I'm going to need for all these drives and stuff. So, that'll be my next thing, is to put together a control box for it. But the servo there, I've got the one servo working. I do have to go back through and retune it. I'm finding that it's not quite reacting the same on this system, and that's true for all servos. Depending on the load, you have to tune them, and it's just a couple. It takes like a half hour to go through and set up these Gecko servo drives, get it working right. But for now, it's everything's working, and here's the setup screen for setting up all your inputs and outputs and motors and drives and everything. You can see everything is right there in front of you. You can see the state of the sensors. You can click the motors, and you can calibrate them with the wizard they have there. You can reverse them. It's really easy to set up. And then you got your cut panel, and you go to your jog. You got a jog screen there, and then you have a couple other screens where you can run your own, set up your own programs and stuff, actually load files from them and stuff, which I haven't figured out yet. I'm just, at the point of trying to get this up. And then you also have that screen there where you load off your USB thumb drive. Everything is very easy to use, and it was very simple to figure out. I really like this. It wasn't like trying to set up the Mach 3 when I did it on the last routers. This is just so much better. And I mean, that old parallel port computer that I had was shot. It was having a hard time, so I didn't really want to go back to the Mach 3 again. I wanted to go standalone so I wouldn't have to worry about dust and stuff like that. No, I didn't buy the Masso pendant. I bought one off of Amazon. It's one off of Amazon here. The Masso pendant was a lot more expensive, and by the time you got done adding the shipping and stuff, it was, really kind of would have really killed my budget totally. So I got this one off Amazon, and they had good wiring, and I bought the mating D connector and wired it up from the information provided in the Masso manual. And you can see the pendant actually is all hooked up and working now, and it's they're very easy to set up. There's a whole setup in there for the pendant when you go into the Masso page, and I mean, you can set it on the X1 like with the Z I did there with the stepper, and just have it basically go one step at a time almost. So I did get all this working too, and it's really a nice feature after not having it on the last one. Plus, it does have a EMO button on it there that, works to shut the system down or stop it if you get in trouble. And you can see here I've got all the wiring in my gantry done pretty much now. Wires are headed back down. I still need to add the control box down there on the side. but that's, that's in the future. I gotta get a little more money together to buy it. Can't find a used one. And you can see the servo, and pretty much gantry's all totally done now, wiring and cable raceways. And I got this other drive screw here. This one's all set up and working perfectly. This one I had to remove on this side because I only have one motor right now to move it, so I haven't figured that out yet. And I do have to get the VFD going next on the Masso, and I did print out the manual. It's a 400-page manual, and it's so nice having that ink tank printer. Boy, I printed this out, and it didn't use any ink at all, so it's it's really great for stuff like this. And it really does help to have it in front of you when you're working on things like this. You can make notes and write on stuff and find exactly what you want. But they do have really great documentation for this unit, which is really what convinced me to spend the extra money. Now I do still have some problems. I picked these optical sensors that I liked, but it turned out they've only got a 3.3 volt output, and the Masso doesn't go that low. It wants at least 12 to 24 volts, so I still have to figure out how to step them up to work with the Masso, right? And I don't think that'll be too much of a problem. And here's the Wi-Fi antenna that comes with it. You just plug it in, and I'll be setting that up someday in the future too. And you see the VGA port plugs right in, and the monitor comes up. No messing or fiddling. Everything just works together. So in the end, I'm really glad that I went this way with the Masso. I think it's going to be a great tool to use, and very easy to use with this, and very quick booting, and no worries about dust, and everything's right there with great support. So I'm happy that I went that way, and just thought I'd update you and show you. I'm trying to get the old drives up and running with this and get everything calibrated and stuff like that. And it's taken a little bit of reading and a little bit of time, but it's really fun. And I do have to tune these Gecko drives, but they hooked right up and ran with no problem. Very easy to calibrate. And this drive is, it just basically does one thing. It controls the machine. It's not going to surf the internet or do this or that for you. It's going to, do one thing and do it good and not get viruses or have problems like that. Or any updates, they keep updating the firmware and stuff like that, and they email them to you. So it looks like it's going to be a really good choice for my machine. And there it is. Things are together now, starting to move, and hopefully soon it'll be up and running. Now, I haven't heard back about this, but I did start trying to trace down the vibration, and from what I can see, one of the things is these lead screws are only 7.8 millimeters diameter, and they're really loose on everything, and it seems to be some chattering developing in that nut. So I've got some plastic nuts on the way to try. I'll do an update when I get that worked out. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe.